Yeah.
Boys back. Niggas don't want it like this now.
Yeah.
Street fam, real life.
Blueface.
Come on.
Like real.
Like
What's
real.
good,
Like
man?
big.
No, for real life. Good in the city of New York.
Yeah.
For real life.
I'm already rich from rap. Now I just deal for a hobby, just to see if I can make a meal in the lobby. These hoes know I'm a dog, still wanna slob me and give it up so quick you feel like a robbery. Or maybe it's they brain on drugs. Fuck that, it's the chain on studs and the range on dubs. If it's personal beef, I write their name on slugs. Box them up, put the David Blaine on thugs. In the hood, I got my fame on bud. And you can ask anybody around about the green crack. A couple pulls, I had you on the lean back like Remy Ma and Fat Joe. When the semi-automatic blow, stay low like Bin Laden. You just got your license, nigga, I been riding. The head's been nodding like when the beat's playing. The streets saying, go back on that shit. Killer mixtapes, go back on plat hits. Get the Bentley and go black on black hit. Low Mac on that bitch, and you won't find her. Even if you put a low jack on that bitch. You bum ass niggas, no jack on that shit. Go put a throwback on that fit. You a lame, and a groupie at his worst. Who gon' die broke and have to use a hoopty for his hearse, nigga?
That's right, nigga. Real talk in New York. Real talk, the album. Coming September, nigga.
New York. Yo, welcome to Showface News. Call me what you want, just don't call me woke. You know it's the town versus everybody at all times with the town favorite. Showface News is Big Gotham, you heard? Stop playing. But listen, all the way from Flushing, Queens, we got the one and only Sue Young. Stop playing. And that's word to Sue Young. Listen, man, we got nasty news. Crazy allegations yet again, man. Blueface's brother is out here saying that his mother told him something very nasty and that she wasn't really in his life and only taught him one thing and one thing only, and that is how to please women. But not only that, it gets a little more in depth. We gonna get into it because this post is going viral across social media, so we're gonna check it out. I'm gonna read it to y'all. Now bear with me because honestly, the man does not know how to write. I ain't gonna lie. When he typed this out, you know, he needed to have somebody beside him helping him write this out because this right here is unacceptable, champ. I can't lie. As a grown person, you should be able to write better. But guess what? I'm gonna make out as much as I can with this typing, champ. So anywho, he says, talk about letting my girl beat you. You let two different husbands out their hands on you or put their hands on you because you went to prison because you think being a mom is done by the world. You never taught me ish except how to eat. I'll be a munch. One time, which was weird, I learned everything I ever knew on my own. I forgot you existed most of my life. I had to catch the bus home from games, sit outside, catch a ride home with the janitor, getting good grades, and I was on two different sports teams. All you can say is you let me drive a car when I got my license, and you had three of them, and it was only so you didn't have to take nobody to school. Terrible writing, terrible typing, whatever. Awful. But with that being said, the wildest part about all this is that he's saying that him and Blueface's mom taught him how to be a munch. Literally, champ. He said his mother taught him how to eat box, champ. And if you don't know what that means, I don't know what to tell you, gang. But he says that their mother taught him how to eat box. Now, that's very weird and suspect. How in the world and why in the world did she teach you that as a child? Or in general, why would your parent be trying to teach you how to do those things? That's something you should, be learning, on your own, maybe. I don't know, but your parent teaching you that is sick. and predatory in nature. If your mother was trying to teach you how to eat, then that's pretty weird, gang. I ain't gonna lie, that's very suspect. How and why did that happen is my only question right now. You know, what was the process through that is now the big question, because you're saying your mother is a weirdo because she taught you how to do that. How and why was she teaching you how to do that is the big question. So of course this all ends as a red flag on moms. You dig? I don't personally believe that the brother is lying. Not gonna lie. I don't believe that the brother is lying. Because for something like that to be said means it clearly was impactful in a bad way. I mean, look, he has a hard time typing because this was a terrible read, not gonna lie. But this is nasty, bro. This is filthy. Your mother taught you that as a child? It's sick. This almost reminds me of when Jim Jones said his mother taught him how to tongue kiss at an early age. You feel what I'm saying? It's almost in that realm, but it's actually worse. It's actually way worse. You dig what I'm saying? This is filthy, you know, and this ain't even getting nowhere near the press that it should be getting, probably because, well, we know why. I can't even say why, but we know why. It should be getting way more press because of how sick it is. Like, this is a severe and a weird thing. You know, it was a bigger issue when Jim Jones said his mother taught him how to tongue kiss. But this is not even getting nowhere near the press that that's getting, which honestly makes sense because his brother's not that popular. You know, nobody really knows Blueface's brother. You know, if it was Blueface himself saying this, I'm assuming it would get way more press. But still, this is weird. It's a suspect. Your mother's teaching you those things in general is nasty. It doesn't even matter if you was a kid or if you wasn't a kid. Point being, your mother has to teach you that, or is trying to teach you that, which is suspect. Whether you're a kid or a grown person, it's still weird. That's something that's too intimate for someone to be teaching you that's a family member, respectfully. Like, it's crazy. You dig what I'm saying? Nasty work. You dig? Nasty work. It's coming off as predatory behavior. You dig what I'm saying? This does come off as predatory behavior. This is sick. Why are you teaching your son this? What possessed you to teach your son as a teenager to eat? And when I say eat, I do mean being an actual munch to females. Because he said the only thing you ever taught me was how to please women, and specifically eating. If you know, you know. You're going to keep it within the guidelines, champs, because YouTube is a great platform. Salute to YouTube. We can't go past that. You have to make of that what you will and understand what I'm saying. You dig? Because I know people sometimes, they just don't understand. Even when you try to simplify it, they still don't get what you're trying to say, or they're acting like they don't get what you're trying to say. You feel what I'm saying? But this is disgusting, bro. Imagine your own mother teaching you this at all. And we're gonna dismiss the fact that he was a child for 1 second. Let's talk about in general. Your mother shouldn't be teaching you that. That's not what moms do. That's not what moms are for. That's for you to discover on your own and learn through life, through the journey, not through your mother. You feel what I'm saying? So this is nasty work. I don't know what possessed that, but again, this story needs a lot more press because this is sick, man. And I honestly feel like this might have caused some type of mental damage on that man's life, man. Think about it. Your parent ain't supposed to be teaching you that. This will cause some type of damage in your life, in some way, shape, or form, man. This ain't healthy, nor is it normal to be happening. You feel what I'm saying? But I could say alleged, but I don't believe that this is alleged. I mean, she's gonna have to defend herself, obviously, if she chooses to. But this is very odd behavior. Very odd, very traumatic behavior. You dig? Nasty work. That's all I have to say about this. Like, what possessed you to teach your son that? You know what I'm saying? It's nasty. Low key, you would think that this would be taught by if your parent was like a real addict or something. Then it would make sense if your parent was an actual addict, because that's something abnormal for them to be doing. That's just not what people do. You would expect this from someone who's like well bad off, that's just really strung out. But apparently, I don't know if she was on anything or not. But he said this is what he taught her, or what she taught him. My bad. So make of that what you will. Me personally, I think this is weird. I think this is sus. And I think it caused some type of mental damage for Blueface's brother. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this is crazy. I'm assuming he been holding on to this grudge for quite a long time. You know, so it's crazy though, bro. This is really bad. This is nasty work, gang. I ain't gonna lie, but I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this in the comments. Do y'all think this is normal behavior that happened to Blueface's brother, or do y'all think, you know, this is just sick and insane and could be part of the reason that Blueface is the way that he is and his brother's the way that he is? What do you think, gang? Because they say things stem from the home. So y'all let me know what y'all think in that comment section, gang, because this right here is crazy. Not gonna lie to y'all, man. I can't lie. You dig? But one thing, this is very disgusting. You dig? Be best in the building. He's asking what happened. Well, champ, I just read a post by Blueface's brother that is outing their mother, for teaching him how to please women in his teens, specifically teaching him how to eat, if that makes sense to you, champ. Specifically on how to eat in regards to pleasing women. So you know what I'm getting at. And she supposedly taught him that in his teenage years. And he's saying, I thought it was weird that you taught me that, and that's the only thing you actually taught me. You never taught me anything else. You dig? So again, outing his mom for sick behavior like that, that's what we talking about. You know? And that's not getting nowhere near the press it should be getting, but bro, this is crazy. This is sick. You dig? Nasty work, gang. Nasty work, gang. Salute to the. I see y'all in here. Yeah, champ. This is what, yo, champ. Look at this, man. And you wonder why the family has so many issues. It all comes from somewhere, fam. It all comes from somewhere. And this, like I said, I believe that this story, this should get a lot more press than it's getting. I think it's being downplayed. You shouldn't downplay these type of things. These type of things are very serious. Why are we downplaying that? You dig? So yeah, that's what's going on right now, gang. Weird. It's getting sus, man. It's getting sus. Will their mother be answering to these allegations? Because I think she should answer to those allegations. You know? Because that's wild. Your mother shouldn't be teaching you nothing like that in the first place at all. You dig? But listen, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section for those of y'all who gonna come late. But one thing's for certain is that the show's never over and the show is never done. So I need y'all to make sure y'all stop playing. You heard? So respectfully, stop playing. Like the video, share the video.